Welcome to the art project. We're going to do a color wheel using color pencils. We are going to use color pencils to complete a color wheel. In order to do this, I'm going to just use basic colors to get each of the hues, and I'm going to show you how you can do this with just 5 colors. At least that's the basic idea. I got blue, red, black, white, and yellow. The primary colors are yellow, red, and blue, and I'm going to use black and white in order to get tints and tones and shades of those colors. So I'm going to just go ahead and start with the yellow. Pretty easy. Whenever you're working with color pencil and you're mixing them, you want to go lightly. Don't bear down real hard at first and waste a lot of color pencil. You're going to blend layers upon layers upon layers of color pencil to get the colors that you want. Starting out with a little bit of yellow, and I'm just going to build it up until the white is gone. Out here is going to be a color that matches in here. Alright, that's what we're doing in these circles on the outside. This is just a color example, so I know what's on the outside. Now, the colors that are pure primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, are used to make the other colors in between. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. So here's yellow. Fill that circle nice and neat. Then I'm going to do a red. I'm going to go in nice little round, light, not a whole lot of pressure. I'm going to build it up slowly. I'm not trying to break my color pencil, and eventually I'm going to be mixing, and when I go to mix, I want to be able to use circular and lightweight motion to do that. So I'm going to practice that here, even though I could just bear down and use this color straight and thick. The thicker you make it, the more like paint it appears, and the more finished and professional. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to try and do is this orange. I'm only going to show you this side of the color wheel. You can complete the rest of it on your own. It's all the same method. Red and blue will make purple. Red and blue will make purple. But I'm just going to do this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with my yellow, and I'm just going to put a light layer of yellow in this circle. Kind of cover it completely, but not too thick. Then I'm going to take some red, and I'm going to go over it, over the yellow. I'm building up another layer of color. See how the yellow shows through the red? I'm going to take some more yellow, again with the circular motions. Applying just a little bit more pressure this time to kind of mix it all together. Get the edges nice and smooth. Do it again. A little bit more red in the empty spots. Little circular motions. And more yellow. Kind of blend it all together. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this yellow-orange. For this, there's going to be a whole lot more yellow. I want to go ahead and put down a nice, good coat of yellow, nice and even, nice little circular motions, staying inside the lines. I'm I'm going to come back with a little bit of red. This time I want to use just barely get the red in there, real light. But I also want to completely cover the yellow. I don't want to leave any blank spots. Not completely cover the yellow, but I mean I want to get the red throughout the yellow. Notice how this is a little bit lighter than that. I'm going to take this yellow and I'm going to work that in there. I'm sort of using this yellow to stir the red and the yellow underneath it together. Remember, I used a lot more yellow here, a lot less red to create a yellow orange. Now over here I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm making a red orange. So I'm just going to use a little bit of yellow. I'm always using the weakest of the colors first. And I'm not pressing down as hard, I'm just barely coating that white paper. I'm going to use a lot more red, circular motions, a little bit darker. Definitely can cover up a lot more of the yellow this time. I'm making a red orange. Circular motions. Not too much pressure at first. Just adding a little bit of red at a time, building it up. Like a red orange. And I go back with a little bit more yellow. Circular motions. Using this yellow to kind of stir the colors together. Red orange. And you can see them getting redder as they go around. Okay, on the inside in here, I'm going to use the color pencils as it says in the instructions up here. I'm going to create a dark value of color a tone of each hue in the center triangles, and then a tint of each original hue in the center circle between the hue and the tone. Okay, so right here, I'm going to put a little bit of red, just a little bit, just real light, circular motions. I'm having to go kind of straight, just keep it inside the lines because this is straight, but where I can, I want to use circular motions. And the reason I'm using circular motions is to kind of stir, like I'm stirring up the batter. I'm going to get my black, and I'm going to add a little bit of black. Too much black and it will be overkill. Black will completely destroy all the red there if we're not careful. So I'm just lightly, low pressure, covering the red. And then I'm going to take my red and I'm going to come back and I'm going to mix it all together. Slightly circular motions to kind of stir it. Long motions in order to get the straight line on the edge there. And you can see that's a darker shade of red. And then right here, I'm going to put down some white first. And it's kind of hard to see where you've put it. So I have to remember and pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'm just going to fill that in. Again, using a straight edge, straight lines to do the edges, but circular motions on the inside. And I'm actually pressing down pretty good to coat it. You can practice on another sheet of paper first. And then I'm going to come back with my red. And I'm going to put on top of that. And this will give me a tint of red. You can see how it's a little bit lighter already. All right, that was pretty easy to do. I'm gonna go ahead and use my white to kind of mix it together. Little circular motions. There we go. Then that was pretty easy to do, but let's try and do the orange. First of all, I'm going to, just like I did before, I'm going to kind of mix some orange up. This time I'm going to keep it real light, lightly putting in some yellow there. Then I'm going to lightly put in some red. It's kind of like I'm pouring the paint that I want to use. I'm pouring the paint colors into like a little bowl here, a little spot here in order to mix the colors. I put some yellow in there, I put some red in there. If I mix those together, they're going to make orange. And now I'm going to put just a little bit of black on there, real lightly, so I can mix that together. Then I'm going to take my yellow and use it to mix all those colors together. It's kind of a muddy looking color. That's because the black and the orange together make sort of a brown. And I can put a little bit extra red in there. A little bit more yellow until I get the color I want. Same thing over here. I'm going to first put down some white. If you didn't want it to be as light as I'm making it now, you can put the orange down first and then put the white on top of it. But I want it to be really, really light. Put a little yellow on top of that. Actually, a lot of yellow, because remember, this is going to be the orange, and the red is dominant, the yellow is weak. The red is dominant, the yellow is weak, so I just want to put a little bit of red, just enough to kind of change the yellow to orange. And then I'm going to go back with my yellow and mix it together real good. Just put some colors in a bowl and mix them together. So there's a light yellow, a light orange, a tint of orange. You can do the same thing with these colors. It just takes a little bit of practice. I'm not going to make a real long video showing you how to do each and every one of these individually. You need to kind of think for yourself on how to do these. Let me go ahead and do the yellow. I'm going to put this down. First I'm going to put down a coat of yellow. Put a little bit of yellow in this triangular shaped bowl. And then I'm going to put a little black on top of that. Just a little. Oh, that was a little bit hard. Around the edges. Circular motion in the middle. And then use your yellow to stir it all together. This kind of muddy looking. I'm trying to push around this black, but it mix it all together. Yellow and black together make kind of a greenish color, and it ain't pretty. It's kind of a baby poop green. All right, and now I'm going to do the light yellow, the tint of yellow. So colors mixed with white are a tint. Colors mixed with black are a shade. And then add a little bit of yellow on top. Mix it together with some white. So now I've got a light yellow. Again, I can do the same thing with these, and I'm going to do that till my whole color wheel is complete. Print your color wheel out. If you do not have a color printer, that's okay. Print out the worksheet and look at the image on your screen and try and match it. When you print it out in black and white, that's fine, but do these to match the colors that are on your screen, not on the piece of paper. Okay? You can print it out in black and white and do it in color pencil. Only use blue, red, yellow, black, and white. Later on, when you are coloring something in, if you have other colors at your disposal, if you have a good set of color pencils, you can use all of the different colors to achieve the effects you want. But for this worksheet, only use red, yellow, and blue. Thanks for watching. By the way, I got this worksheet off of Teacher Pay Teachers from Tiffany Miss T. Fox Resources. It's a great little worksheet. It comes in color, so you can print it out in color, and is only $1.50. All right, got it from Miss T. Fox Resources at Teacher Pay Teachers. Show Miss Fox some love and go buy this worksheet to do this assignment, unless you're my student and you can print it out from the Google Classroom. Thanks. Bye.